Let me guess, you have a full-time job, you're exhausted, you barely have time to eat, let alone start an online business, but you keep seeing people online making thousands of dollars, creating content for brands, and then you ask yourself, is this actually real? Is this a scam? Can I actually do this? Yes, you can. And in this video, I'm gonna show exactly how I did, step by step, no gatekeeping, no fluff, no like at the end of the video, please buy my course. No, there's none of that here. Look, I know what you're thinking. You're gonna be saying, Luis, I've seen all these videos. Everybody says that UGC is easy. I've tried it, nothing happened. I feel like I waste all my time, even sometimes my money. Felt like an idiot. Look, I've been there. Or maybe you'll be thinking that this sounds like a scam, like brands gonna pay regular people to create videos from their home with their phones. They don't need to be influencers. They don't need thousands of followers. They don't need any kind of fancy equipment. That might sound too good to be true, right? And here's the thing, this is not a scam, but also it's not easy peasy either, but it's completely possible and I'm gonna prove to you today. Real quick, for those who don't know me, hi, my name is Luis. I'm a full-time UGC creator. I live here in the United States, but I'm actually an immigrant that moved from Brazil to here, and I work in multiple jobs, restaurant, pet sitting, cafe, barista, all of it, you name it. But in this video, I'm not gonna be covering about my story, but in case you want to learn more about me and my story, I'm gonna link at some place here. But without further ado, let's dive in. But first things first, what is UGC? UGC stands for User Generated Content, but forgot this fancy name. What is actually means being a UGC creator? So brands need content, and nowadays, especially in 2026, they need a lot of content. And need those content for TikTok, Instagram, Meta, the ads, their own website, and hire professional production company, influencers, actors. This is a lot of money. It's like very expensive, guys. You're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars, like 10,000, 20,000, $30,000 for one ad campaign, which ended up being super expensive. So instead of they paying those expensive production companies, they started hiring people like me and you to create some fun, authentic, relatable, like day-to-day content from our phones. And they pay us for that. Not because we have millions of followers or we have the fanciest camera, but because we are authentic. People relate to people. Do you relate more with an influencer with Lamborghini, $1 million in their bank account, or literally a guy sitting in the kitchen counter creating videos like this? Exactly. The brands understood that what converts, that what brings their money is this relatability. People to see other people like them on the videos using that product. That what is converts, that what brings money to them. That's the whole thing. I'm gonna say this again to be very clear. Brands, they do not care about your followers. They care about your content. They care about your presence on camera. And they most care most of it if your content converts and bring them money. So essentially, you're kind of freelance. You're a content for hire. They pay you, you send the content for them, and then they post on their social media, on their ads, and that's it. Think like this. When you're kind of scrolling down on TikTok or Instagram, and then you see like a regular person. This person is definitely not famous, and they're talking about a product and how that product, solve like a problem. For instance, they have a lot of acne and now they clear the acne. Have you seen those? Probably yes. So most likely that person that is on that video, most likely 90% of the time, that person got paid to make that video, and that could be you. Now, why 2026 specifically is the best year for you to start doing UGC? Number one, short form content is slowing down. It's actually going up, up, up every day. We have TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and have you seen Amazon? They have a tab in there that I found the other day. They literally can scroll and just people reviewing their products. Crazy. And brands are paying more money on short form content than ever before, and they need creators to make those type of content. Number two, AI is actually helping us. I know a lot of people is scared about AI replacing content creators, their workforce, but here's the truth. AI can replace that human aspect, that human touch. I don't know about you, but I do not trust any AI virtual brand out there. Number three, more brands are going digital now. Small business and mom and pops, restaurants, hotels, spas, all of those business, they need content nowadays. It's not just big brands nowadays that are going, into social media. It's just like everyone should be on social media if they want to be relevant in 2026 going forward. The restaurant, in your neighborhood, they should be on social media. The spa that you go for your treatments, they are on social media. That means they need UGC. That means more opportunities now. And number 4, this one is the one that I love the most, is the remote work. I don't know about you, but I was not made to be in the office at all. So now that you know what UGC is and you understand why 2026, like right now, is the best time to start doing, let's just talk about what you need to start. And here's the part that most videos out there tells you that you need a $2,000 camera, a $300 microphone, a $200 lens, backdrops, all of that. And by that time, you already spent $3,000 and you haven't even made a single dollar. And no, you don't need none of that to start. And here's what you actually need. Number 1, you need a phone. This one that you actually watching this video, the one that you have in your pocket that you use every day, that's your camera. Number 3, a tripod. This one that I have to tell that you need to buy if you don't have one. You can find ones on Amazon for $15, $20 or even on TikTok shop too. And you need this because you want to have your hands free to demonstrate the products, but also to have the footage very stable. Number 3, I'll highly recommend you getting a microphone, and you don't need a $300 microphone right now. I actually started with the one that cost me $10 and it did the job. And once I save up a little bit more, I upgraded to this one that I'm using right now. But you don't need a $300 microphone right away. Number 3, lighting. I would recommend to get one of those clip lights, just because if you are working on a job, majority of time that you're gonna be recording is probably gonna be at night or early in the morning, unless you are recording on the weekends. That's the only reason why I recommend to get an artificial light. Those can go from like 20 to 30 bucks on Amazon. But again, if you're trying to be low budget here, that's completely fine. Just use your Windows. Number 4, CapCut or any type of editing software. Right now, I do utilize CapCut and I do have the Pro version. However, if you want it to be like low budget, just don't pay for the premium version. Right now, I utilize CapCut Pro, which is like the pay membership thing. However, you don't need to if you don't want to. If you want to stay on the lower budget side, just stick with the free version and that's fine. Number 5, an hour per day. And I know you might tell me like, Luis, I'm so busy. I work 40, 50 hours a week. When I get home, I'm so exhausted. Believe me, I get it. And bonus tip, let's just try to keep those videos between 30 to 1 minute, because remember, our attention span is so low nowadays and these are short form content, okay? And my last tip about this portfolio is it doesn't have to be perfect right away. It just have to exist, because the truth is, once a brand asks you a portfolio and you don't have none, that's definitely like you're not gonna even get a job. However, if you at least show them something decent, that you have videos, they can show your editing, that they can see your face, they can see how you talk on the camera, that's definitely a higher chance for you to get hired for that job. Week 2 is about outreach. That's where a lot of people freeze, because now they have the portfolio, they just keep waiting for the brands to come. And that's not technically how it works, at least not in the beginning. You have to go and find the brands. And here's how you can do that. You can DM brands on Instagram or TikTok. When you're passing through the stories, right? And then ended up just popping up an ad. Click on that ad on that brand, right? On that profile, and DM that brand. Because if they are running ads, most likely they are hiring UGC creators. Contact direct the brand. So when you're DMing a brand, right, on Instagram, on TikTok, ask them for the contents manager email so you can actually talk to the person that manages the content for that brand. And another tool that I found very helpful that helped me outreach, especially in volume and finding the right emails, is Onbento. If you never heard of them, it's basically an outreach platform website that you literally can just from one click can send an outreach, which is so amazing. And I'm actually gonna be putting here on the description a link for you if you wanted to dive in more in the outreach perspective. I'm gonna put it on the link on the description. Also, sign up for UGC platforms like Join Brands, Below, Incense, Trendy.io, Coley. There are so many out there because literally those are the marketplace. Those are literally the middleman between the brands and the creators, and they make that process way more easier. Some brands gonna say no, some brands gonna go to, and that's completely okay. It's part of the game, but this means that you're getting closer and closer to your yes. And when a brand say yes, here's all you need to know about pricing and negotiation. As a beginner, I would start the pricing between $150 to $300. So please don't undersell yourself, but also don't price yourself out right out of the gate, because your first deal is about getting the proof, getting those reps in, getting a testimonial, getting the experience, what it is to actually recording for a brand, right? Make sure you deliver your content on time, communicate clear, be professional. Yes, we're not in the office anymore, but we're actually dealing, communicating and emailing people that are in the office. So this is just very important to be professional about it. After deliver, ask for a testimonial, like a quick thing. Hey, can you drop a testimonial? How was working with me during this collaboration? I'd love to add on my portfolio. Simple as that. Week 4 and forward, now it's time to scale. You landed your first deal, you have proof that works, now what? As you get your reps in, you get more testimonials, you get metrics, and you beef up your portfolio, adding more videos, adding the brands that you worked with. That's when you're starting to raising your prices. And lastly, document your journey, build your personal brand. Because at some point, we don't want it to always be outreaching. We want brands to find us, brands that actually align with what we believe, what we are all about. Post on TikTok, post on Instagram, and not to get followers, but just to build credibility. That's the whole thing. We want inbounds, and for inbounds, the brands need to see us. Where are they gonna see us? Online, on social media. Got it? And that's the step-by-step that what you need to become a UGC creator, even and when you're working a full-time job, a 40-hour week, 50-hour week. And if you found this video valuable, please subscribe, give it a like, share with your bestie, share with your coworker, and I'd love to invite you for a free webinar. Remember, it's free, where one of the coaches inside the academy that I work with diving very deep exactly on each week should be looking like. I'm gonna drop the link in the description, and that's it. Beijos, bye!